weeks of build-up, last weekend finally arrived, and RX Muscle's very own Johnny Styles and Chris Aceto were live in attendance to cover all the action at the IFBB Tampa Pro. As predicted right here on this fine program, Aussie big man Josh Lenardowitz touched down and dominated the men's open from wire to wire, while Venezuela's Rixio Tapia brought home top honors in competitive men's masters. George Peterson dropped the hammer down with his big win in classic physique, and New Jersey's own Eric Dankwa outpaced the field in the masters class. USA champ Derek Lunsford had a pro debut to remember with his 212 class victory, while Maria Baez was spectacular in her big win in the figure division. And Florida's own Jennifer Freeman brought home the top honors in over masters. Brazil's Elise Piscini finished at the top of a huge bikini lineup, while veteran Lori Foreman brought home the hardware in the masters. Antoine Weatherspoon scored the win in men's physique, and for the second straight year, Jennifer Taylor scored a win over on the women's physique side of things. Mimi Capes scored another big win in fitness, and in the women's bodybuilding, an outstanding Sheila Black delivered the best look we've seen all season to wrap up a well-deserved victory. I think the word great probably gets thrown around a little too loosely in bodybuilding these days. But that being said, I start putting together my list of all-time great athletes in the sport, and it never takes very long before I get to the name Jay Cutler. Over the weekend, some new videos surfaced of the four-time Olympia champ knocking out a few sets from a recent chest and shoulder workout, and looking pretty damn good in the process. And for all the accolades he racked up during his Hall of Fame career that spanned nearly 2 decades, Jay's probably been equally as successful away from the stage as one of the most successful ambassadors of the business of bodybuilding that we've ever seen. And as a fan, when I look at the recent comebacks of Kevin Levrone and Flex Wheeler, you can't help but get a little bit nostalgic and think about how a one-time last ride sort of deal might play out if someone could ever convince Jay to make one more run back to the stage. Every once in a while during an Olympia prep, I see some progress photos filter out and I think to myself, this is one of those just got real moments. And after seeing the latest from inside the Ahmad Ashkanani camp that emerged late last week, I think we could probably all agree that things at the top of the 212 Olympia just got a whole lot more real. Despite doing his best to keep a low profile throughout most of his current prep, 6 weeks out from making his next appearance of the season, the number one 212 contender on the planet has re-emerged in a major way. Seeing Ashkanani's latest progress photos reminded me and the rest of the bodybuilding world of just how good this guy can be when he's firing on all cylinders. And now that he's taken an entire season off in preparation for this epic showdown with Flex Lewis, I guess we'll all find out in a hurry if it was indeed worth the wait. Ahmad Ashkanani wasn't the only superstar making waves this past weekend. Out in the Mile High City, fans at the Colorado Cup got their money's worth and then some when a ridiculous-looking Phil Heath took the stage as the evening's featured guest poser in a rare pre-Olympia appearance. I'd heard from inside sources that Phil was as focused as he's ever been throughout his latest stretch of this prep. But after what I saw from him this past weekend, I'm not sure that it even does justice to him just how good he looks in pursuit of Sandow number 7. As far as I'm concerned, this is probably one of the better looks I've seen Phil have in recent memory. And if it really starts to get it rolling over these last 6 weeks, we could be on pace for his most dominant performance on an Olympia stage yet. I'm on record as saying I think this year's Women's Physique Olympia is going to be one for the ages. And apparently, Kieran Newman is planning to be right there in the middle of all the action. Early Sunday morning, some new video emerged of Newman completely smashing her latest back training session as she gears up to make another serious title run. Don't let the fact that she's been playing possum most of the year fool you, because a 100% Kieran Newman has proven time and again that when she's on without a doubt, and one of the most dynamic and exciting talents in the entire women's physique division. With 2 straight top 4 Olympia finishes on the books, you'd be crazy not to consider Newman a serious contender at this point in time. And I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if we end up with a Malacarney Grant Newman call-out that ends up going down as one of the seminal moments of the entire weekend.